Take 3 deep breaths, filling the lungs with air. And as you exhale, let that exhale gush out. Let the exhale be that release of a 12-hour shift, of a busy day, of a stressful day. Just let it all go. And now letting your whole body relax. Letting every muscle totally relax to the earth. Every muscle, every ligament, every tendon in the body. Your mind sending a message to totally relax those muscles and ligaments and tendons. Letting the bones drop down to the earth. Like you are surrendering now. You are letting go of any holding, any tension. Just let it all drop down to the earth. And let your awareness be brought to your breath. And as you notice your breath moving in and out, notice how that moves your body. As you inhale, notice how as the breath comes down into the lungs, you feel the chest rising. As you exhale, you'll feel and sense the chest and all around the upper part of your chest relaxing down. So noticing as you have your body relaxed, the breath is just channeling through you. Your body moves without you intending it to. Your body is moving to facilitate that breath coming in and going out. You're just letting your mind focus on that flow of breath. Bit by bit, breath by breath, surrendering more to a release and relaxation. And I want you to bring your awareness to the capacity of your inhale. So can you sense that you're filling the lungs as you inhale? So in order to do that, maybe in your mind, picture the 2 lungs like 2 balloons. And like you're inflating 2 big balloons as you inhale. And as you exhale, they're releasing down. And only going to the fullest capacity that's right for you. And the breath is with a sense of ease, no forcing. You're not judging how much breath you're able to take in. And notice as you are breathing now, use your mind to focus on the back of your body, just below the shoulder blades. As you are breathing in, can you sense that expansion that as you inflate, as you fill the lungs, that expansion in the back of your body? So particularly around the back of the rib cage. Just use your mind to bring yourself to that area of the body and feel the expansion. Feel it against the floor as you inhale. As you exhale, there's ease, there's release. Each inhale bringing space, openness to the upper chest and to the back, the upper back. Each exhale, releasing, releasing, releasing. And we're going to bring our awareness now a little bit deeper into the breath. So you're going to bring your hands to the rib cage. So just below the chest, down a bit, you'll feel the rib cage. And maybe slide the hands from the center of the rib cage just to the sides and kind of cupping them around the bottom of the rib cage. And I want you to deepen your breath now. So as you deepen your breath, I want you to visualize that you are pushing that breath down into the belly, exhaling nice and calmly, inhaling without force. And I want you to sense that expansion around where your hands are, because the diaphragm is really pushing down into that belly space. And that diaphragm is under the lungs. So as you, in your mind, send your focus down to let that breath deepen down into the belly. So feeling that expansion and drawing downward as the diaphragm pushes down into the belly when you inhale. And when you exhale, the diaphragm returns back up, sitting right in underneath the lungs. Slide your hands down a little bit towards the belly now, placing them on the belly. Feeling the belly rising as that diaphragm pushes down. When your body is at ease, is relaxed, breath is flowing through you, you're using your mind to focus where you want the breath to go. And as you have your hands on your belly and you're noticing that breath deepening, pushing down into the belly, bring your mind's awareness also to your back, to your spine, from the tailbone all along the lower back to the middle of your back. How has this breath flow deep into the diaphragm? How has that transferred, or how is it moving the back body? Is there a little bit of movement there happening along the back? Just a natural little bit of movement. Possibly it's a little arch and flatten without you making that movement. It's a natural flow of the body. Keeping the breath going deep into the diaphragm, you can relax your arms down onto the ground. And I want you to just, when you've taken an inhale, take a little pause for a count of 2, and then exhale, and then pause for a count of 2 again, and then inhale. So keep that going, that little pause in between intake and outtake of breath. And if you sense any little bit of challenge in your body, in your flow of breath, try and say to yourself, let that challenge go. I'm taking this nice and gentle and I'm doing it in my own pace. Breathing in, pausing for 2. Breathing out, pausing for 2. Now leaving that pause aside, let your breath flow at its normal, its natural flow. Just let your breath flow naturally. And bring your body into whatever position is comfortable for you to bring ease into your body. Whatever you like to do to release. And when you're ready, bringing yourself to constructive rest and noticing this evening, Maureen, how your body feels. How the muscles in the neck feel, the shoulders, the back, the pelvis, all along the arms and the legs. Just noticing how you are feeling this evening. And as we always do, we'll start with arch and flatten. And remembering that each time you're on your mat, as you move through arch and flatten, you are noticing how that feels for you today, because every day it's different. You've had a long day, so the poor muscles in the back are probably feeling a bit tense and tight. So as we start our class this evening, just taking note in your mind how it feels to bring that lower back into an arch position. And maybe it's a little small arch. And as you move into the flattened position for the lower back, maybe it doesn't feel comfortable to go too flat, or maybe it's easier. As you move from one position to the other, is that movement smooth? Or is it a little bit shaky? Bring your breath flow with the movement. As you are in a slight arched position in the lower back, taking your inhale here. As you flattening the lower back, exhaling. And if you can bring that breath to your down into the deep in the diaphragm, into the belly, like you were a few minutes ago. Inhaling as you arch, exhaling as you flatten. Letting your pelvis come to a neutral position. Your spine is neutral. You know your spine is in an S shape. So there's a slight arch in the lower back, and then right up from that, the back flattens into you'll feel it connecting to the mat, your middle of your back. And then the spine arches a little bit up into the neck. There's a lovely, nice, natural curve that's there. And we're going to transition into arch and curl. So with arch and curl, there's the sit-up element to the exercise. So it's got the arch and flatten element, but you've got a sit-up in it as well. So we'll start by bringing the hands behind the head and the elbows are released to the floor. Now, we're going to try and use the breath here. And if you feel that the breath is complicating things, just ignore my instructions with the breath. So just see what you can do with it, and if it's complicating things, just ignore it. So to start with, you're going to take a deep inhale into the belly and bring your lower back to that arch position. And slowly as you exhale, bring your lower back to flat position and bring elbows to the ears and lift that head, neck and shoulders just a little bit. Now pause the breath for a count of 2 as you lower down to the floor. When you come back down to the floor, and if you need to take an extra breath here, it's fine. Let the elbows release down to the floor. Take a deep inhale, lower back arches. Slowly as you exhale, lower back comes into flat position and you're coming up. Lovely. You can see that sit-up type of exercise that's in it. Slowly coming down, coming back down to the floor. So we're going to take a little pause for a second and just a couple of things I want you to pay attention to when you're doing this. We're going to do that exercise again 3 or 4 more times, whatever is comfortable for you. But what I want you to do is let the weight of the head drop into the hands. So rather than you lifting your head with your neck, you're going to let your hands and arms support your head. And put as little effort in as you can. So when you're lifting up the upper body, and you're lifting your head through your arms, try and let it be just a little lift. Say to yourself, I'm going to do half of the effort that I think I should do here. So off you go, Maureen. Take an inhale as you arch. And then as you exhale, you're flattening the lower back. You're letting the head drop into the arms. That's it. Lovely. I can see, yeah, perfect. Coming down. Inhale as you arch. Exhale, coming up. Remembering less effort. If you want to do 2 or 3 more, whatever feels good for you. Think about the belly as it shortens. The belly muscles are shortening as you come up. And as you release to the floor, the belly muscles are lengthening a little bit, particularly when you are arching the lower back now. The belly muscles are lengthening. Belly muscles are shortening and tightening in as you come up. And of course the back muscles are doing the opposite. So as you come up, the back is lengthening because you have that lower back flat. And when you bring your lower back to arch position on the floor, the back muscles are shorter. So feel free to take a break when you're ready. Make this your last one maybe. Lovely. So take a rest for a moment. Just maybe let the legs sway side to side, let the knees sway to the right and to the left, or whatever feels good to you to just relax out for a moment. Take a little break. And notice as you're moving there, what do you feel in your body right now? What would bring release if there was anything that you wanted to relax in your body? And just sending that message in your mind to that part of your body to just relax, ease off. And staying connected all of the time with your mind to how you're feeling. So when you're ready, you'll come back to constructive rest again. And the legs are hip distance apart. Lovely. So we're going to do another exercise that is a modification on arch and flatten. But we're going to split the exercise up into two parts. So the arch and flatten part you know already. We don't need to practice that part. But the other part is a little bit new. You're going to open your arms out to a T. And the palms are facing the ceiling. And we'll just practice this arm movement first. And then we'll add in the lower back, the pelvis movement. So what you're going to do is roll the arms from the shoulders so that your thumb is going to roll back towards the doors behind you. You're going to, yeah, lovely. Roll back just as far as you're comfortable. Then bring the arms back to where you started so that their palms are just facing the ceiling. And then rolling the arms forward. So you're bringing the hands towards me. Lovely. And if there's any little bit more in the roll, just go as far as you're able to go. Come back to neutral then when you're ready. Going back to just palms facing up. So we'll do that one more time, rolling the hands back towards the door behind you. Then rolling the arms down towards the end of your mat. And then bringing them back to neutral. Lovely. So you probably sensed that, you know, a strong feeling in the shoulders, and possibly you may have sensed a sensation up through the neck, through the back of the neck. So being aware of the movement through that the arms up into the shoulder joints, the effect they have on your upper back, your neck, up into the head. So noticing as we go through this exercise now in a moment, how it feels for you as you're moving the arms, how it feels for you into that upper back and the neck. So we're in constructive rest. We're going to add the second part to the exercise now. So as you are rolling the arms back towards the doors behind you, bring your lower back into arch position. As you roll the arms back towards the end of your mat, bring your lower back into flatten position. You're doing arch and flatten with the lower body. Rolling the arms back towards the back of you. Lower back comes into arch. Rolling forward in your own time. Lower back comes into the flattened position. Keep going, keeping your breath flowing. So remembering breath flow fuels the energy through your body. So it combined with the exercise brings energy through the back and through the front of your body. So notice how this feels for you along from the neck, the upper spine, the middle of the back, down to the lower part of the spine. Nice and slowly. And when you are ready, so when you're back with the hands facing the ceiling, we're going to take a break. You can let your legs lengthen. Let your body just move. Just let the body, arms and the legs shake a little bit. Give yourself a little bit of an energy shake. And then for a moment, just taking a pause and just notice how did that exercise, what effect did that exercise have on you? So noticing all along, back of the neck, between the shoulder blades, down the spine. Checking in with that breath flow. Breath is flowing, calm and smooth. Keeping that lovely energy flowing through you. So we're going to move on to the belly. Taking your time, we're going to do some back lift exercises. I'm not sure if you were at the class that I did these on, Maureen. So what I might get you to do is to sit up and then I'll demonstrate them for you, just so it'll remind you, okay? So there's 3 exercises: back lift 1, back lift 2, and then there's a back lift called sagittal lift. So I'll show you the 3 of them. Back lift 1 and 2 are done on both sides, and then the sagittal lift is just done in the middle, and you'll see what I'm talking about. So the first back lift, just realize you can't see me. Hopefully you can see me. So the hand is out on the floor. And the important thing is that you're lifting the body very gently and not lifting very much. It's very little effort. You're lifting the body and you're lifting your right leg. So I'm looking at the left side, I'm lifting my right leg. Okay, so that's back lift 1. Back lift 2, place the hand under the face. And then you're lifting again, but the hand comes up with the face. Very gentle, very little effort. That's back lift 2. And then the last one is sagittal lift. The hands are underneath the face. And we're lifting the legs and we're lifting the upper body. And you can see my gaze is on the floor. We don't want this. We want to keep the neck in line with the spine. I hope you could see what I was doing. I can now see you with my glasses on. Okay, so I'll talk you through it. That was just to kind of remind you of the exercises. So we're going to take, if you maybe look to your right side, if you look to your right hand, left arm is relaxed down by your side. That's it, lovely. Now I want you to let your right upper arm and your right elbow slide away from you a little bit. Yeah, so try and let that right shoulder relax, so it can relax more so if the elbow and the right hand are kind of away from the body a bit. So if you even sense in your mind, how is my right shoulder feeling? Is there tension there? And can I relax it? I can see it. Good woman. Yeah, let that right shoulder relax. Now, keeping that relaxed shoulder, can you bring the right hand, just keep the elbow where it is, but bring the right hand in towards the face a little bit. That's it. Lovely. Okay. Now, so you're going to lift the upper body and the left leg with as little effort. You're going to say to yourself, I'm going to put in so little effort here, okay? And what I want you to do then is, you're going to lift with little effort, and when you come back down to the floor, I want you to let your whole body totally let go. You will feel the weight of your body really dropping to the floor. And we're going to try and do 5 lifts, and just remember, so little effort. Okay, so go for it there, Maureen. Taking your time. Remembering to lift the upper body when you're coming up, not just the left leg. Yeah, that's it. Lovely. Yeah, yeah. The upper body and the leg are lifting together. Very little effort. Good woman. And when you're ready, we'll move on to back lift 2. The hand slides in under the face, and you're going to keep that hand stuck to the face now when you lift. So the elbow will lift as well. Lovely. When you come back down to the floor, totally let go, totally relax, because the next lift needs to come from the start, from nothing. And we'll try and do maybe about 5 of these. Say to yourself, for the last 3, I'm going to put in very little effort. Relaxing the right shoulder as much as you can. Okay. Taking a rest for a moment. We're going to do the 2 back lifts on the other side, and then we'll do the middle one then. So again, with this left shoulder, try and see if you can let that left shoulder relax. Ease down, yeah. I'd say those shoulders are probably a bit tense this evening after working so hard all day. You're just relaxing the left upper part of your back. Bringing the left hand in towards the face a little bit. So going ahead, do your 5 lifts. Little effort. Lovely. Keeping neck in line with spine. Lifting in slow motion. Releasing in slow motion. Dropping all your weight to the earth. Sensing every muscle dropping down and relaxing to the floor when you've gotten there. Sliding the hand under the face for back lift 2. So letting the hand and the elbow lift, lovely. Let everything melt down when you get to the floor, everything releasing. Switching everything back on to come back up again. Sensing as you're lifting that the leg and the upper body are lifting together. And the leg and the upper body are releasing together. Taking a pause when you're finished the next one. So keeping your left hand where it is, bringing your right hand up so the fingertips meet. And so you're looking down at your fingertips. Just taking a moment, just sensing as you're lying there, sensing the length of the neck. As you are looking down at your hands, that length of neck down along the back of the neck into the upper spine. Noticing that length there. And breathing deep into your lungs. Okay, so we're going to do 3 of those sagittal lifts. And what I want you to do is inhale deep into the lungs as you lift head, neck and shoulders and the legs if you can. And then exhale as you release down, everything switching off. We're doing 2 more of those. Relaxing the shoulders as best you can. Your inhale is like it's inflating balloons that are lifting you off the floor. and relaxing the body. So bringing your hands into a position that you can push up and you can come into child's pose, Maureen, taking your time. We'll take child's pose to release the back. Breathing deep into your lungs here. Feeling the length and expansion in the back of the body as you breathe in deep. As you exhale, there's a release, there's an ease. Each breath, you're sending a message to your physical body to relax, to let go. Bringing yourself to all fours, so hands and knees. And we're going to do cat-cow pose. So the knees are under the hips. Wrists are under the shoulders. And you have yourself now in neutral position. So sense that in your mind. Sense that connection in your mind to your physical body of the neutral position in your spine. And the neutral position in your pelvis. And as you take your next inhale, you're going to let the belly dip towards the floor. You're going to let your tailbone draw up towards the ceiling. And you slightly will look ahead. So not looking ahead too much because you want that neck to be at ease. As you exhale, suck the belly in towards the spine. Draw the spine up to the ceiling. Tailbone tucks, chin towards chest. Inhale. As you inhale, the belly dips, the spine dips, the middle of the spine dips down, tailbone draws up, slightly looking ahead. Exhale, suck the belly in, draw the spine up like your cat, as your cat arches his back. You're doing that position. Lovely. You're going to continue on with this exercise. It really bringing the breath deep into your lungs. And I want you to, in your mind, close your eyes and try and notice how your spine is moving in each of these two parts. And if there's any part of your spine that you feel is tight, or you feel is a little bit of restriction, in your mind, send that message to that part of the spine to ease. Let there be ease. And even picture in your mind how you want your spine to move. You want that lovely tall arch for the cat, and you want that lovely dip for the cow. And if you feel any bit of tension in the shoulders, in the upper back, just let that breath pump into the back of the body. Let your breath expand and feed energy in there. Bringing your spine to neutral when you're ready. Just for a moment, notice while you're in neutral what you're feeling in your back, all along the back, from the neck to the upper back, middle of the back, into the lower back, into the pelvis. And then easing your body down to the floor. You're going to come down to the floor to constructive rest again. So we're going to do an exercise that helps to bring a bit of release to the lower back. So we've been doing a lot of exercises for the back tonight, but we've been moving from the upper to the middle to the lower back. So we're doing a little exercise that helps to release out the lower back. And you're going to start from constructive rest as you are, and you're going to lift your right foot off the floor and bring your knee towards your chest and bring both hands to the knee. And relax the shin and the foot on that right leg. Lovely. And rather than grasping the knee too much, those hands are just there to bring a little bit of pressure. So we're going to practice the exercise for a second, just to get used to it. So as we're going to try and synchronize a bit of breath with this. So as you inhale, you're going to let that right knee travel away from you with no pressure on the hands, just for a moment. As you exhale, let that right knee come in towards the chest. So the hands are just guiding the knee at the moment. Inhale, the knee moves away from you. Exhale, and the knee is moving towards your chest. Okay. Next time, as you inhale and the knee moves away from you, I want you to put a little bit of pressure with your hands. So the knee has a bit of pressure with those hands. And then as you exhale, you relax the pressure, let the knee come in towards the chest. Now, if you feel any bit of tension in your back, try and let the back muscles to relax. A little bit of tension as the knee moves away from you through the hands. So those hands are offering resistance as the knee moves away from you. And then you can relax that resistance as the knee comes towards you. And finishing the one that you're on. Relaxing the hands, bring the right foot to the floor when you're ready. And just notice in your mind, just do a little scan along the pelvis and the lower back. And just notice, do you feel anything? Is there any difference there? Any sensations that are different? And we're going to do the same thing on the left side. So you know the exercise now, so we can go straight into it. So what I want you to try and do is, as you inhale, you put some resistance on that knee as the knee moves away from you. And then as you exhale, you relax the resistance with the hands and you bring the knee in close to the chest. And keeping that shin and that foot totally relaxed. That shin and that foot are just hanging there. There's no tension in the leg at all. And this is intended to release the lower back. And the resistance that you're offering the knee is just a little bit of resistance. You're not putting strain in your arms or your shoulders. Letting yourself finish that one that you're on. Relaxing the arms when you're ready. Take a moment to rest and digest how your back feels, how the body feels, how the energy in you is feeling. Check in on your breath flow. And you may notice at times that that breath flow gets held a little bit. The important thing is that you check in, you adjust, and you bring it back to a lovely, easy flow, not judging at any time. And we're going to take a moment now to release out the body, to bring that lovely twisting action to the body through wash rag twist. So opening your arms out to a T, And I want you to bring out your inner diva, Maureen, and just let yourself twist into whichever way feels good for you. If you want to twist more into the shoulders, if you want to twist more into the hips, say to yourself, there's no rules with this movement. I can reach my arms back, reach my arms up in whatever way I want to. Just whatever feels really good for you. And our bodies don't get this type of movement in our day. This lovely twisting. It feels good. Hopefully it does. And if it feels good, it's because you're doing your body good. And breathing as you are moving. As you are breathing, you're sending energy through as you're moving into that lovely twist. Letting yourself, when you're ready, when you feel ready, let yourself come back to constructive rest. And we're going to just take 5 movements into plank. So not into plank, into bridge pose. So let your arms come down by your side. And what I want you to do is, as you're coming up into bridge, let your lower back flatten into the floor. So like you would flatten it into when you're doing arch and flatten. And as you flatten the lower back, let your tailbone draw up, and then let you raise your spine nice and slowly, taking your time. And when you come to whatever height of bridge feels comfortable for you, slowly, slowly releasing back down again. And if you can take 4 more of those back lifts, and let your mind notice the spine peeling and the spine releasing to the floor. So notice how fluidly you can get that lift, how slow you can peel it off, how slowly you can release vertebra by vertebra. Gradually and slowly. And as you are releasing to the floor, letting all of the weight of your body drop down. If you are finished your last one, we'll release out the back by bringing the knees to the chest, wrapping the arms around the knees, rocking side to side. Breathing as you roll side to side, spreading that breath through both lungs, feeling the lovely expansion in the back of your body with each inhale. As you exhale, relaxing. As you inhale, feeling the expansion. So letting that breath fill your back body and you rounding and rolling like a barrel. Coming back to center when you're ready. Relaxing the arms, letting your legs come to constructive rest for the last time. And we'll take a few turns at arch and flatten. So as you take this last few runs at arch and flatten, let your mind return back to, how did this feel when I did my first arch and flatten and start the class this evening? How does it feel now? And as you move through the exercise, is this movement located just in the pelvis and the lower back, the lower part of your body, or does it transmit up along to the upper part of your spine? The tailbone at the very bottom of your spine, the neck, the head at the top of the spine. Does any little bit of that arch and flatten transmit up to the upper part of the body? Bringing your pelvis to neutral. Taking a moment, before we move into Shavasana, just take a moment to just do a quick scan of the body. Noticing how the physical body feels now. What have these movements changed? Noticing your breath flow. Noticing the mind, how it feels now. We'll take a few minutes for Shavasana. If you want to put your blanket over you, closing the eyes. Letting your whole physical body let go and release. Letting your breath flow, slow down. A slow, smooth pace. Sensing that soft rise when you inhale. The soft release of the body to the ground as you exhale. Breath moving in, breath moving out. Following that breath as it's cool, entering the nostrils. Warm as it comes into the back of the throat. Filling the lungs. As you exhale, body relaxes. Warm breath leaving through the mouth. Our breath moving to our natural rhythm. A rhythm that connects us to nature. The rhythms that are around us. Through the tides of the sea, the moon phases. And just allowing yourself to relax and ease into this gentle breath. Breathing in, breathing out. Bringing your awareness back into the space. Noticing your body's connection to the earth. The imprint that you're making on the earth beneath you. Noticing the cool air entering your nose as you take a deep inhale, and the warm breath leaving your mouth as you exhale. Gently moving fingers and toes. Bending the knees, feet on the floor. Just letting the knees sway to the right, to the left, nice and gentle. Bringing the knees back to center. And just let the knees just come in towards the chest, gently grasping them with the knees with the hands, rolling side to side. Coming back to center, release the hands from the knees, feet come to the floor, and we'll come to sit when you're ready. Bring your hands together at heart center. Namaste.